Hey guys, Staug here. Hope you've had a nice weekend, or well, week so far. This time I'm going ahead and I'm painting a original character. His name is Gawk. It stands for God of Knowledge. Anyways, I don't do too many original characters as I'm still learning, and I definitely haven't put enough time into trying to practice clothes, so I brought up some reference images on the left. Uh, by the way, you are currently listening to Tobu Candyland, which is a no copyright sounds. It's posted on YouTube for anyone who's interested in hearing it. There are plenty of others just like it. Anyways, back to this. So right now I'm trying to set up a palette and making some decisions as to what light sources I want to do. I'm making a bright kind of maybe like a yellow soft light coming from the top left, maybe a sunlight coming in from the side window or something. I'll figure that out later. Whereas down below I've got a blue light, and that blue light is actually intended to just kind of give me a balance of color. I think that if I hadn't done that I would have been much less happy with this piece, so just make sure that when you're doing stuff you make sure you're going to have fun with it still. Right now I'm trying to do a lot of smudging to get things to the right shape, but blending it still. I think if I was to do this again I'd do it very differently. And let's see. On top of that, I would do a line drawing of it too. That's something that I did not do this time. I ended up kind of getting artist block, so I started just painting, and this is kind of where I ended up. I had that black silhouette, or well, a darker gray silhouette in the background, and then went from there. I am kind of happy with how this was happening though. Making the hard lines with like a little ink brush and then smudging that out. I started off really well, and then I kept working it, and I feel like, for one thing, my colors were off to begin with, and for another thing, I just tried too many things when I could have just left it a little less finished, and it probably would have come out better. Ears are definitely a weak point for me. I don't know how many the rest of you are like that, but when you try to take on these projects, there's one thing for sure you start learning is that you need to do more studies, and that's definitely true for me here. I end up making this kind of head here, but honestly it's not what I was expecting or thinking of when I was making the character. So I end up scrapping it and doing it again. Different position, different everything. Like, as far as like making a head, sure, it's fine, but it's not what I was really envisioning when I made the stance or when even I thought of the character. Like, this is kind of laying the groundworks a little better. And I also figured out that my color palette wasn't working, so trying to switch that up too. This is something that I think challenges a lot of people, and I'm definitely not an experienced artist, but seeing as how I'm going through the learning, I can at least help other people who are similar to my level. Trying to jump straight into the brighter colors or darker colors instead of starting off with something a little more skin neutral will make it really difficult for you. Like here you see I finally said screw it, I'm gonna try to do just a quick speed painting. I started off with a more neutral tone, laid down some shadows, started throwing in some like brighter zones, and right off the bat it's looking way better. You know, it's all opinion, but still I'd like to think. And this is the last head I did. The other ones I just wasn't happy with. But that's kind of something else that you should know, is that it's not a bad thing to end up going in and redoing your work. If you're not happy with something, fix it, especially if you're on Photoshop. You might as well. This here, I actually think that the background came out pretty well and very quickly. I could have done things on different layers and used the clipping mask, but all in all, I was pretty satisfied. I know that if I did it again, it would come out even better, and that's the great thing about learning. Anyways, thanks a bunch, guys. Talk to you later.